Out in the night, something crawls around and will attack you at any certain moment. He meows like a one big cat. He is the devil's peaky, the eyes of terror. Once he looks at you, you'll be scared to know when he's going to pounce. You don't know when he's going to pounce. You will never know who the next victim is. Oh, yeah. That's a nice one, you Mickey.
Hi mates, TEMPHUiBIS here. Since our year, I'm not going to be here till Sunday. I'm going to be helping my brother move house. So I thought I'd upload this video right now while I have the chance. Right, yeah? I always wanted to talk about this. Right, this is a bit of a different subject, but I've always wanted to talk about this. You know, what makes a good fight film? People know, yeah, that I love fight films. Any good fighting film. This could be like a martial arts film or any film that just has a damn load of good fighting in it. You know? I mean, these are my versions of, I reckon, what makes a nice, lovely, brilliant fight film. The first topic I'd like to put up for this, yeah, is stories. You know what? I mean, I've always noticed, yeah, some films always got to have some really complex story behind it if you're just trying to make a fight film. You know? I don't look at things like that, yeah? I'd say anything can be just nice and classified as a fight film. You know? I mean, a situation is this. Let's take a look at two brilliant fight films like Ong Bak and Tom Yum Gun. There's two films here with Tony Jaa. Bloody brilliant fighting in these, right, yeah? I believe, yeah, Tom Yum Gun is kind of better than Ong Bak here, in the sense, I feel it has more fight scenes. The storyline for Tom Yum Gun is that, you know, an elephant, he's grown up with and everything, they stole it, or sold a baby one, you know, so he wants to get the elephant back. From a storyline like that, yeah, you can actually make up bare reasons why so many fights happen. A fight happens here because he thinks the elephant's here, but a fight happens in another certain place because they're taking the elephant, and he goes all these different places to find where the elephant is, so that gives reasons for more fights. Ong Bak is also a good, the storyline is also a bit more basic, like, it's the fact, yeah, that a head was stolen, but there's so much legendary behind the head, yeah, there's so much bits where there's talking, because there's so much talk about the head. The statue, the head thing, right, yeah? It's like, if I went to watch Ong Bak today, I would just fast forward to all the fight scenes. But Tom Yum Gun, I could watch that all the way throughout because there's just loads of fight. It's there in so many different places. I've noticed people, yeah, usually hate the old storylines like, oh, he killed my father, or he killed my teacher, so I have to get my revenge. I usually look at these things like, that is the type of storyline we need. Something that's basic like that. We don't need no complex one. Just need a nice, natural one like that, yeah? Because at the end of the day, it's not always the same thing if the fighting is different. I mean, I have to admit, I have so many films, yeah, that's all about revenge. You know, the father is killed or something and they want revenge, right? But the fighting in each of these films are different. So I always say the more basic your storyline is, the better it is. Like, one of the most basic ones for fighting films is tournaments. You want to fight in a tournament for you to be strong, or you got blood sport for those, right? Sometimes it mixes with a combination of revenge for friends, family, and stuff like that. You know. So I mean, I personally reckon, yeah, if you just have any basic storyline, yeah, when you talk about when you have a fighting film, it's just perfect. Because what do people want to see when they go to see a fight film? They want to see a fight. They want to see paps, paps. That's what I'm talking about, mate. You know, that's what I say. You know, just got to have a proper fight scene. You get me, yeah? Now, let's imagine I was going to make up just a normal fight scene film, yeah? You know what my storyline is? An empty town that's been taken over, yeah, by hood rats and punks and just motherfuckers, right, yeah? A certain person has to get from one end to the other. And, you know, on the way, obviously there'll be way too much fights. And police ain't involved. There. Nice and simple. It doesn't have to be something, yeah, that makes sense. Because, if you know, it's a film. I look at films in an artistic way, yeah. If you have a film that don't really make sense, right, yeah, it's cool. It's good, right? You know. I mean, it's what makes the film a film. It's the same thing to do with games, right? Let's take a look at a fighting game. Street Fighter, right, yeah? You got Blanca, right? Now, there's actually been... People say, yeah, Blanca is just not real, yeah? How the hell can you get green? People ask that question. They actually found a reason, yeah, for how he gets green. It's called the chlorophyll and all that shit here standing next to trees. But how does he get the electricity? No one finds out, and yet no one cares. Why? Because it just makes the game a game, makes the character a character. It's just only a game. So I say the same thing with fight films as well. You don't have to have a storyline that makes sense all the time. Yeah, sometimes it goes in the way of the film if you understand what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah. So I just look at it like, you know, you've just got to have a perfect film here, man. You know. So that's what I've got to say for storylines. Now we've got to say fighting. I always got to say, yeah, the best thing in fights that people always look at is kicks. So you always got to make sure, yeah, you have some nice good kicking scenes and everything like that, yeah. Nice use of background scenes and stuff. Now, if you was wanting to talk about a brutal fight, right, yeah, when we mash them down, I would say don't have to use characters that knows martial arts. You could just use any guys who just knows how to fucking kick your fucking head in, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, yeah. You know, I mean, when you look at a film like Football Factory or Green Street, which is called Green Street Hooligans in America, you know, you see the fights in there, right? Yeah, there's no martial arts and everything. They just get straight right down to it and just beat the fucking shit at you, man. You know, headbutts, everything. You know, just proper smashing everything and all that. I reckon it's just all good for fight scenes, yeah. I reckon people say, yeah, sometimes they want to see the same moves all the time. Right, yeah. I could say, yeah, that when it comes to the best moves, usually have it once, and don't do too many of these slow downs and everything. Yeah, not too many of these bullet effects. My personal opinion's like, you know, when you see a punch, yeah, hit, whack, smash. You know, it just smash. You know, it's like that. That's not me. That's kind of what I feel when it comes to fight scenes like that, yeah? This might be a little bit biased, but I always reckon, yeah, you know, there should always be one character in most of these fight films who's some next Muay Thai expert. Tony Jaa's already the sick one in there, yeah? Because one thing we all like to see is elbows and knees. Because, you know, it doesn't matter if a fight move's fake or real or whatever, yeah? As long as it just looks painful, that's what gets us in it more, you know what I'm saying, yeah? So I just reckon there should always be a character, maybe a big character who has these certain little wrestling moves or whatever big thing he has. I guess I'm going a bit with this stereotype there of any big character, you know. There should be a character who, I mean, there should always be a character who wants to deliver the pain. Don't give a damn how much he's hurting the other person. Just wants to deliver the pain. You got always these people, yeah, who would hurt someone, beat him up a little bit, you know, but then there should always be one where you just want to give him some damn pain. Yeah. I believe there should always be a character who fights smart on the smart side, of course, you know, not going there too roughly, you know, use some next calm style like Wing Chun or Tai Chi and easily throw people around and stuff. Maybe Aikido. Maybe. You know, that's kind of what I say for fighting characters, at least. Sound effects. There are times when people want realistic things, but there are times when they don't want realistic things. I say don't have too much realistic sound effects, yeah? Put some things in there that just makes it sound. Yeah. I mean, let's go to not really a fight film, but something that's on the level. Rocky. Okay? The newest Rocky, yeah? Rocky Balboa. I didn't like the fight in the boxing match. I mean, I just felt as if I was just watching any random normal match, to be personally honest, right? When it came to Rocky 3 and Rocky 4, I used to always look at it like, these guys are superhuman. They have a punch that sounds like you got hit by a bloody iron, like some big iron block or something. Like, of course, what the sound effects they just took cars and crashed them into things. That's what they used for the sound effects for Rocky back in these days, right? Yeah, I always reckon these are the sound effects that keeps us motivated. These are the ones, yeah, that just keeps us like rah. You know, when you have a realistic sound effect in there. I mean, the realistic thing is if I punched you with a punching glove, no matter how much it hurts you, no matter how much you'll bleed from it, the sound effect is likely to just come out as a psst, like, you know, like when you hold the air thing, you know, the air comes out of the punch. That's the only sound effect that usually comes out of it. You don't hear no psst. You know, I prefer sound effects, you know, when it's like proper, lovely, good. I mean, let it be fake. I mean, I just feel that it'll be better when it's fake. You know, have cool sound effects like that. So, I mean, I used to remember, yeah, I had a film here called Dynamite Trio. It's a very old kung fu film. In fact, I've still got it. What am I talking about? There's a mantis kung fu in there. I mean, I always used to look at the mantis. Fair enough, I was a young kid, yeah, but I always used to look at the mantis. The sound that mantis fist made, I used to think, oh fuck, that's scary. I don't want to fight anybody on the street that uses that. You know. But with the films you see these days, I just get the feeling like that. Man, these guys don't look all that tough. You know, I got friends who could probably bust up these guys there. You know, I feel the film here should be making them look like they're really tough, making it look like you don't want to take them in real life. So that's the kind of fighting I reckon they should have, yeah. Sometimes you can have music. I notice so many films, right, use quite a lot of orchestral music, a lot of epic music and stuff, even for certain things that it don't need to be. You know, sometimes a little bit of a stereotypical thing as well, yeah. I remember the time here when I was watching Kung Fu Panda in the cinemas. I predicted, in fact, no, not in the cinemas. I remember the time when I looked at a picture of Kung Fu Panda way before they even made their first trailer. It was on the IMDb page, right, yeah? I made the prediction, yeah, saying, I bet you any money they have the music in there. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. You know, and I couldn't believe it. It was actually there. And the ending, and for the trailers as well, and the adverts. You know. I'm not saying it's a bad song, right, yeah? But every time you want to watch a new film, don't you want originality? Music that you ain't heard of before, graphics you ain't heard of them before, characters you ain't heard of before, you know, any storyline, whatever. I just feel like, damn, it could have been a bit more different music in there. Some people always say, yeah, at least have some hardcore rock for a fight scene. Personally, I don't think hardcore rock will always be the one that does it. I'd say some hardcore techno music or some maybe some aggro tech. At least some of that aggro tech can work nice and perfect. Maybe drum and bass. Maybe, in fact, better drill and bass. I know most people may not have heard of drill and bass, but drill and bass is like a proper fucking disgusting version of drum and bass. Because drum and bass, yeah, is hardcore, but drill and bass, yeah, just goes way over the top. And it'll make a fight scene, yeah, just look like it's fucking sick. You get me? It's bloody skills, boy. That's how I like it. You know? These are just things that I reckon people should try when they're making more fight films. And yeah, I'm a fight films fan, and I just feel like I just have these comments. Unfortunately, the film I say I wanted to work on, yeah, it's not a fight film, yeah, but it's got that sort of technique in it and everything, like, yeah. And I'm actually going to try the techniques I've spoke about, but that's when I get a chance on it. I can't do it now, though. You know, I've got other priorities at the moment, though, yeah. But these are things I always say, yeah. I just believe fighting sound effects, they can be, there's nothing wrong with them being fake, because it just makes you want to watch them. That's how I look at it. Stories, I reckon they can just be basic. It doesn't matter. You know, save the princess, save this person, or revenge this person, or tournament. You know, it's quality. Or you don't need no complex storyline, anything that, you know. You can have more fights in the film because of certain basic storylines. And that's what people want to come to see. If when you're a fight fan like me, I watch UFC all the time, yeah. You know, it's just, when you're a fight fan like me, yeah, it's just like, fuck, I don't give a shit about the fucking storyline. I just want to see a motherfucking fight. You get me? So, but anyway, guys, yeah, that's all I think I can say. I think I've covered the points, you know. So send me what you think. If you're a good fight fan like me, yeah, and you like watching films with a lot of fighting and everything, yeah, send your comments here and see if you agree with mine, yeah, or if you don't, it doesn't matter. But see what you guys think, right, yeah. So I thought the night shot effect would be nice today, yeah, guys. So I'll see you all later. Love who you are.